you cannot put a monetary value to the peace of mind that mothers across America have every summer when they send their kids to the pool and they know they're not going to come back paralyzed.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's
But there
no
is
amount of
I
money.
I I would disagree though about the economics of it, right? Because what you'd have to do is you'd have to project out what's the value, just like they do when they make a vaccine recommendation. When the ACIP goes through and the CDC goes through with vaccine recommendations, they look at what the impact is of vaccinating a certain percent of the population, the cost of the vaccine, and then the long-term cost if you don't. And they look at that, they project it out, and they look at the economic impact. So there's still an economic
I
impact.
don't think they do, Sean, because
Yes, they do. Did you look? I watched it.
I asked Paul off at that. I said, If you spend $100 boosting every child with COVID, every 350 million of us for COVID every year."
No, they haven't done that. But when they first do the vaccine approval, right? So you could do that with polio vaccine. You could say, if we stop vaccinating for polio, where are we 20 years from now? The problem is we're only looking at the short-term value. We're not looking and the short-term impact, economic impact, and not the
So
long-term.
Dr. McQueen said, that's not true, Herb again. He said, every healthcare economist has two measurements:
Mhm,
years of life and quality years of life.
mhm,
And whenever you do an intervention, whether it's a pharmaceutical intervention like
mhm.
this new drug for sickle cell disease or
Yeah,
hemophilia,
then you look at the economic impact
and
based on that. Correct,
you
yes.
look at the quality of years and the longevity of that life
Mhm,
and the lesser cost that they spent.
right.
So we could model out what the economic impact of failure to polio
But
vaccine.
the value-based programs aren't looking at economic
No, they're
impact.
not.
They're
But
not.
the
That's the
impact,
medical economics,
that's a matter, but
economists.
the impact, you cannot put a number to the peace of mind of sending your kid, your grandchild to the pool in the summer knowing they won't come back with paralytic.
Sure, 100%.
There's just
But
the impact.
but
It's
I don't think that is talking about the issues with value-based care. The big issue is you're talking about a medical economist versus a business strategist, and that those are not the same things. So the insurance company executives that are offering you a value-based plan are looking at short-term economic impact. The economists might be looking at short-term and long-term, but the business executives are looking at their fiscal year. This is the year that I care about right now because I answer to the shareholders. And to a certain extent, the pediatricians are too, right? Like I care about this fiscal year because if I don't get paid enough, I'm going to close my doors because I can't pay my staff. I can't pay myself. I can't pay my bills. So we're all looking in this narrow little column and we need to be looking at the big picture and then valuing things. But I still don't believe that value-based care has to be shared savings based. I think
no,
that,
that's absolutely right. And
that,
we're gonna move
yeah,
into that what you're talking about the model because I love your model. Uh,
Maybe they should just change the name to something else.
they do. Most people now are using alternative payment models, right? Which is a new fancy name for value-based.
This episode is sponsored by our friends over at Freed AI Medical Scribes. Let's hear what they have to say. What if you could take the computer out of the physician-patient relationship? With Freed, you can. Freed is the AI medical scribe that listens, transcribes, and crafts perfect silk notes for you seamlessly. This isn't just another productivity tool. Freed is a life-altering solution for physicians, helping you regain the joy of practicing medicine. Freed frees you from the burden of documentation, so you can focus on what really matters, your patients. With Freed, the computer is no longer a barrier. It's a quiet assistant that works in the background, capturing every word of your patient interactions, accurately and quickly. The result: you're fully present in each visit, building stronger connections and offering more attentive care. And when the day is done, your notes are too, leaving you with more time to focus on yourself, your family, and your life outside of medicine. Freed is the solution thousands of physicians swear by to reclaim their passion for medicine.